have these three bodies: Chakra, Swapna, Sushupti. Conscious body, subtle body, gross body, subtle body, causal body. We have three bodies. These three bodies touch each other on particular points. See, just like I think you'll be able to understand with this example. This is the three bodies. These three bodies, they meet each other at 7 points. At 7 points, knots are made. They touch each other. Like this, at different points, they touch each other. They crisscross with each other. The points in which they crisscross is what is called chakras, energy centers. This is what is the mechanisms of our body. If you know how to operate the mechanisms of bullock cart, you can transform it into an aircraft. Just like that, the mechanisms of our body, if you know how to operate the energy centers, you can transform the same body as an aircraft. Now, the same body is giving such a lot of pain, the same mind is giving such a lot of worries, and the same being is giving so much of depression to us. The same energy, if you know how to operate it, if you know how to transform it, just the technique to tune yourself, if you can know the technique, the same energy, the same pain can become bliss, the same worries can become a wandering, the same depression can become an expression of joy. So this is the points where the three bodies meet. There are 7 points in our system where three bodies meet and merge with each other. So I'll explain one by one chakras in one sessions, one point, how they are disturbed by our way of life, by our thinking system, by our low energy, and what is the way to remove the knot, to free the energy, to open the energy centers. See, each and every chakra is disturbed by one particular emotion, one particular thinking style. Manipura is a chakra which is in the stomach. You can always see any news which terribly disturbs you. If you receive any shocking news, immediately you will see your stomach will be upset. Manipura is disturbed by worries and depression. That is the reason in all the languages we have an expression. If you receive something shocking, you say, I can't digest it. I can't stomach it. Not only in English, all the language, you have an expression. If something shocking news or something shocking happens, you say, I can't stomach it. I can't digest it. Because anything worry or the shocking news, it touches directly Manipura. Manipura is very closely related to worry and depression. And Anahata is Anahata means the center which is centered in the chest region, heart region. This is very closely related to love. That is why in all the language we have an expression. I think it seems he has no heart. Can anybody exist without heart? No. But the heart and love, both words are used as both words are used to express the same thing, same phenomena. Heart has been replaced for love, love has been replaced for heart. Why? They both have a very close connection. Not only in English, all the language. Again you can see the same expression in all the languages. Always love and heart is used as a one word. Like this, each and every emotion is associated with one chakra. If we know how to handle that emotion, how to handle that energy, the chakra will be open and cleansed. If we know how to energize the chakra, the emotion will be cleansed and handled. It's like a chakra. If you know this, that will be done. If you know that, this will be done. But most of us, we don't even look into the problem. Our main problem is, we don't look at the problem, its root. We don't look anything. We don't have a look of the problem at its roots. We have our own understanding about the problem and we try our own solutions. A small story. Once three brothers, they went to a liquor shop. All the three were fishermen. After fishing throughout the day, in the night times they go to the bar and they drink nicely. One day they went to, as usual they went and drank completely. After drinking, all the three were lying on the bench itself, bench of the shop itself, they were lying. Suddenly the elder brother got up. He remembered that, oh, it is time we should go for fishing. He just woke up both brothers, he called them, hey, it is time we should go for fishing. Both of them got up, but they are not completely out of the mood. They were in the mood itself. So they told, what is there? Let us go for fishing. They started fishing in the shop itself. One man sincerely spreading the net and slowly taking the net from the sea, and the other brother is just seeing whether the fishes have come, whether they are in size, just he is collecting. Everything is happening in the shop itself without net or boat. They have started acting. And the elder brother, he started rowing. One is rowing, the other two is spreading the net, and the third is giving the sound, whether they have got the fishes or not. One is seeing, and if it is a small fish, he is throwing in the sea. If it is big fish, he is putting into the boat. The whole show is happening, the whole drama is happening on the bench of the shop itself. It continued for some half an hour. Suddenly one policeman crossed that side. He saw the whole joke. He went and gave a good blow to the elder brother. Elder brother got up. He was he was out of the mood. He told him, see, I know you, all three of you. That is the reason I am leaving you and going. Otherwise I would have taken you to the police station. Immediately take both of your brothers from here. Remove them from here. Take them to the house. I don't want you three here doing all this nonsense. Then the elder brother sort of understood the situation. He just looked this side and that side. He understood only that much, that he should take the brothers immediately from that place. Then immediately he decided to row fastly. He started rowing a little fast. If you understand the story, you will be able to understand. This is the same situation. This is exactly the same way we deal our life. We don't understand what is the original problem. We have our own solutions which never works into it. You don't look into the roots of the problems. Just like the elder brother, we try to solve the issues. Can you solve? No. You can never. If when we feel that we can't, we don't even go for the right advice. We go and ask somebody who is also confused. For that I can tell you a small story. Once two friends, both were drunk, they were walking on the street. Suddenly the one man told, see, looking at the street light, see, the moon has come down today to the earth. It is so near. Look at the moon. The next friend told, no, it is not moon. Look, it is yellow color. It is sun. Both have started arguing. One man said, no, how can sun come in the night? Now it is night. It is only moon. The other man told, no, it is not a moon. It is only the sun. How can moon be white color? The argument was going on. The third man came. He was also drunk. They asked him, sir, can you guide us? Telling whether it is a moon or sun. We have an argument. We are fighting on that. You please tell us whether it is a moon or sun. That man told, you see, I am coming from the next village, so I do not know whether it is a moon or sun. So wherever we go for suggestion as a solution, they are also in confusion. You can have any solution, any suggestion only from the man who is out of this game. Never the people who are in the game. That is the reason things get more confused. Instead of looking into the problem, we just have our own solutions. We just use our own mind to have the things solved. This chakra, the Anahata chakra, now we will deal first the Anahata chakra. Anahata chakra is a chakra which is situated near the heart region. It's locked by the attention need, by asking for love. This chakra opens when you can give love. See, you need to understand. This is a master key. We will explore the master key. Asking for attention, asking for the love of others, living for the opinion of others. It's a worst thing which can happen to a man. It's almost like a psychological jail. Continuously, throughout our life, if you just have a look, 80% of our problem is just depending on the certificate of others. Anything you do, you want others' certificate. You don't feel satisfied with yourself. We want to have a certificate of others. You want certificate from your wife, telling the good husband. She wants certificate from you, telling the good wife. Mother wants certificate from son, telling good mother. Son wants certificate from mother, telling the good son. Sister wants from brother. Everywhere we need certificate from the other. Our whole life we build on the other's opinion. Have you seen the children building castle with the playing cards? They build castles with the playing cards. Just like that, we start building castles with the opinion of others, with the certificates of others. Our personality is nothing but the castle built by the others' certificates. I think even children are really intelligent. They build the castle with their own cards. We build the castles with others' cards. With the cards given by others, we just build the cards, we just build the castles. With the cards, certificates given by others. One day, one person, he or she takes away their certificate, what will happen to your castle? Collapse and falls. The falling is what is called depression. That is why the falling happens so many times. At least once in a day you feel that you have fallen. Because you are continuously getting the certificate of other. You don't have centered personality on yourself. You depend for your energy and inspiration for the other. You depend others for your energy, for your inspiration. After doing, you just look at their face, whether they are happy, whether they are satisfied. You don't feel that you are satisfied. Your life is such. You don't have center on your own. You have centers on the others. You see, first thing, you have built your life, you have built your personality on the certificates which is given by others. And you want to climb on that castle and you want to dance according to the tunes of others. Can you dance according to tunes of others? If it is one person, somehow you can manage. So many persons are standing and putting the so many tunes. And if you want to dance for everybody's tune, what will happen? The same thing in our life. If you don't have your own center completely, give love, give respect, give everything to be given, but only give, don't feel that you are obliged to give. Give as a gift, not as a obligation. If you see from our life, mostly we give out of fear that we may not get it. You can see, you can scan your life. You scan your life from morning till night, you will be able to see. Your energy center is just on the others. You give your love, or you do any service, or you do anything you want, just to, out of fear, that if I don't do, I will not get the certificate from that person. I will not have a root or base for my life. It has become a necessity, sort of a slavery. The attention from the other, or the opinion from the other, has become a psychological slavery. That is the reason you suffer so much because of others. It's not that they can take something from you, no. But in personality wise, in a being wise, you are continuously dependent on others. You are continuously dependent on somebody else for your joy, for your inspiration, for your energy, for your centeredness. To do anything, you are just dependent on the other. You just look at their face. If the smile is there on their face, you feel good yourself. Then immediately you start working. If you see that smile is not there in their face, you also feel depressed. So how can you be continuously be fueled by others' smiles? No. Others, it is not that I am asking you to disrespect the other smiles. No. You can respect, but have the center on you, never on the others. If you have the center on others, be very sure, till the last moment, you are not going to be happy. Because your happiness depends on any Tom, Dick and Jerry. Anybody can remove the happiness from you. Anybody can remove the joy from you. Your life is not dependent on you. Your inspiration is not dependent on you. It depends on somebody else. That should never be done. That is the reason why Anahata is locked. The Anahata gets locked when you depend too much on others. How not to depend on others. How to have our own inspiration source. First thing, the understanding. Understanding very clearly. Have a clear understanding. When you understand, if you touch the fire, you will get burned. You never go and touch again. Do you say that, no, I understand the fire will burn, but even then I am not able to resist the temptation, I go and touch. Do you say? No. When you understand once clearly, you stop it. You don't go and touch. But the problem is, we don't understand. If we keep our energy source on the others, we will not be joyful. The very understanding is missing. Very clarity is missing. That is the reason we keep our inspiration sources others. So many other persons, we keep our center dependent on them. So naturally, you are ruled, you are psychological slave. You ask attention from him, she is asking attention from you. Both begging bowls meet and crash. That is the thing which happens throughout our life. Everywhere you can see. Just you ask certificate from him, she is asking certificate from you. You are depending for your energy on him, she is depending her energy on you. The energy centers are just switched here and there. Nobody is centered on themselves. When we know how to center ourselves on ourselves, we won't fall, we won't look for the inspiration from the other. Just look in, be inspired.